You are not a soldier. It is the autumn of 1418. 3 years ago, an English king broke the flower of France in the mud at Agincourt. Now that same king, Henry, has come north to Rouen, the second city of France, the richest in Normandy. And he means to have it. You live behind its walls, and those walls are enormous. Stone the height of 6 men. Towers you could lose a house inside, the broad river at your back. So when Henry's army came over the hills, you did not run. You did the sensible thing. You went inside where it was safe. As many as 16,000 people did the same. The walls will hold for 6 months. That is the problem, because a siege is not decided the way the paintings show it, by ladders and burning oil and a hero on the breach. Henry does not throw his men at your walls. He knows better than that. He digs in around the whole city, closes the river, and sits down to wait. A siege is decided in the cellars by one question asked every morning behind the gate: who still has food? And you do not fight. You only eat. At first, it is bread growing dearer. Then it is bread gone. By winter, a quarter of a horse costs 100 shillings, if you can even find one to buy. The town has soldiers to feed and walls to man, and only so much grain left in the stores. So someone in the town hall does the arithmetic, and the arithmetic has a spare column: the people who cost food and give nothing back, the old, the sick, the poor. You are in that column. There is a phrase for you. The French call it bouches inutiles, the useless mouths, and to the men counting sacks of grain in the town hall, it is simply arithmetic. It is not even new. 200 years earlier, at a fortress called Gaillard, a commander put 1,000 sheltering townsfolk out through his gates to save his stores. The besiegers let the first few hundred through, then closed their line and left the rest in the ditch beneath the walls. About half of them died there in the cold. It had happened again at Calais. And now the town has counted, and the town has chosen, and it has chosen you. One winter morning, the gates of Rouen swing open, and you are put out through them into the ditch, into the cold. The ditch is a stripe of frozen mud between the wall that has just shut behind you and the army that will not open its line. Henry has decided. No one passes. You are caught in the one strip of ground that belongs to neither side. The town has shut its gate on you. The English will not let you through. So you stay in the ditch, and you wait to be let in somewhere, anywhere. We know what that winter was like because a man in Henry's own army wrote it down. A soldier named John Page, who stood on the English side and watched, set it into verse. He did not have to. Something in him could not let it go unsaid. They ate dogs, he wrote. They ate cats. They ate mice and horse and rats. And when those were gone, they ate nothing, and the cold took the ones the hunger missed. They died so fast, he says, that the living could no longer put the dead into the ground. He saw women kneeling in the mud, holding children who would not wake, babies still at the breast, in the lap of a mother already dead. By Page's own count, of every 12 people put into that ditch, only 1 was still alive at Christmas. And at Christmas, Henry relented. On the day itself, he had food and drink carried out to the ditch, and for a few hours the dying were fed. It was a real mercy. Both armies watched it, and everyone understood what it meant. Then Christmas ended, the food stopped, and the people in the ditch went back to dying in it. The city itself held 3 more weeks. On the 19th of January, 1419, Rouen surrendered, not stormed, never breached. Its leading men bought their lives at a table. 300,000 gold crowns, 80 hostages, and their loyalty sworn to an English king. They kept their houses and their walls and walked back in through their own gates. You were not at that table. You were never going to be. The men who signed the terms were the men who still had food, and that was the only thing this siege ever measured. The walls of Rouen did everything they were built to do. For 6 months, no enemy ever came over them. They kept the army out to the very last day. The walls held. You didn't.